Here.
But here in the Western world,
Yeah.
a woman can get out of a marriage quite easily.
And she's paid to. She's paid to leave.
do it. She can lie about it and get out of a divorce. She can cheat and then get the man's money, his house, his children.
Not always.
Hashtag OJ Simpson.
No, when you go to court, he has to prove she's cheated.
If he can't prove she cheated,
yeah. Because they ask you why are you getting divorced, and they will say, is it adultery? Is it
But then he has the burden of
unreconcilable differences? It's not just so easy. That's what I'm saying. He can't just say, oh yeah, I saw WhatsApp in her phone.
She twerked on the guy in the club.
That's not a valid.
What they'll also do is one out of four marriages is sexless, usually on the woman's part. So a girl can also not give her guy sex, and then if he cheats, she can go to the courts and say, oh, he cheated, but you haven't slept with him in 2 years. What did you think was going to happen?
If you're not feeling loved, I'm not opening my legs. I could be married a little more.
You don't
but
think
if I'm not feeling
what
adored,
if a guy doesn't feel like protecting you? Someone walks into the home, I don't feel like it.
Like, you don't love me, I'm
and
not
I'll die.
Yeah, but
So you don't get sex.
Exactly.
So you don't think sex is a duty in marriage?
I don't know.
Of course it's a duty. Where's he else getting it from?
Why is it a duty?
It's a duty. When you sign a contract, you're supposed to have sex with your man.
Do you know that this is my body?
Yes. So, all right, fine. And if that is
How is this our body?
He's buying it.
Are your genes in this body?
They can be. They can be.
But this is when you want all the benefits of marriage without the cost. Like, no guy's
married now. This is our body.
Okay. I just have a question for the men. Would you get married if there was no sex involved?
No, I wouldn't.
Would you get?
No man would.
That's what. Would you get married if there was no
That's like
sex?
in a relationship.
Duty is the wrong word. It has connotations that
Duty.
I think duty is the wrong word.
Duty.
It's my duty as your husband.
Okay, so I'm carrying your child.
But it's my duty as your husband to
make sure you look
protect you,
after.
right?
I didn't say that was your duty.
But don't you think
that's
so?
what you align to what marriage is for you.
What's a man's duty in a marriage?
What's his
It's not
duty
to
then?
protect me.
What's his
For
duty?
me, we're partners. I'm in a partnership when I'm in a marriage.
So you take
we're
the bins
giving
out?
the same way. I'm taking the bins out right
cool.
now.
Don't sign me up.
I'm doing it all. I'm doing the flat pack.
So a crazy burglar runs in the house, and I'll be like, "You're up, love."
But I might be bigger than you, so yes. How about that? I'm up.
Oh,
and I might be
get out
trained in
of
firearms. And yes, I'm up.
Oh, why do women do this?
I'm
Like,
just
why do
saying
they
that
act like
I
they
can. I'm telling you, I can defend you.
Why do women act like they're men? Like, you're not
Why
a
is that
man.
man?
Because you know men are physically stronger than women. You know that
Okay, and
I
generally.
probably can lift more than you anyway.
No, you
my
can't. Look at. Here's the thing. I'm a 3-sport college athlete. I've played with guys. You're not keeping up with the dude.
Why?
So even the average dude is going to outlift you, and you saying like that's not true is disingenuous.
I'm not saying it's true, but I can defend myself. I now live by myself.
You
So
can't.
if someone comes through my door today,
cannot defend-
who is going to defend me? Nobody but me.
Yeah, but if you lived with a
That's
man
what I'm
now,
trying to say.
you expect
No,
him to
but
do
what
it.
you're trying to say is because you're here, I can't defend myself. I
Okay,
can
maybe the
defend
word is
myself.
can't.
Okay,
Because I've been
okay,
defending
yes or no?
The fact
myself.
that you have a man there is his first point of call.
Do you think
we will
that-
say
It would be
exactly?
lovely.
It doesn't mean you can't, but it means I'm married to you. I'm willing to.
You need a mediator in this circle.
You see when the Titanic went down, I'd have been like,
Do you
nope,
want me
she
to
can do it
mediate?
herself, man. I'm going on the boat.
That's why Rose lives.
She's got no,
That's why
I'm on the
Rose
boat, not the women and children getting protected.
Chivalry.
Nah, man.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Marriage is a privilege and not a right.
Privilege. Marriage
Yes.
is a privilege.
Yeah, it's a privilege. You're not entitled to anything in life. You know, it's something you share with someone else that you agree with. That you're not entitled to it. It's nice if you want it and you get it, but no one's entitled to it. It is a privilege.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a privilege. You're not entitled to love from anyone. I think it's a privilege to have a man take that much risk for you. I think that's absolutely a privilege because men take up a lot of risk in marriage.
I think marriage is definitely a privilege. You're not entitled to a woman's love. Like, you got to work for it in the beginning.
I think the reason why it's a privilege nowadays is because so many people are not marriage material. And I think, so many people are, both men and women though, I think so many people are not marriage material. And I think a man has to create his value, right? He has got to create his value and become that man that women want to marry. Yeah. Equally, a woman has to create a value to become that woman that a man wants to be. And that's why so many people are not getting married nowadays, because whether consciously or subconsciously, they see within the other sex, you're not quite marriage material. Yeah. So yeah, it's a privilege.
I think the material part that you're saying, I think culturally, I think maybe it's where toxic masculinity can come into play, and maybe in what you said earlier about women trying to be men may bring a bit of skewed factors as to the value systems, as to what people are getting into when they get married. And a lot of breakdowns that I hear tends to break down around that value system of what they believe it should be like and what the wife should be like, and then there's this. So the material part, I think, comes back to how are we teaching what marriage is, you know, what our value of marriage is, and whether we're just doing it for the benefits of it or whether we actually want to do it for the sake of actually choosing to love someone.
And I think the risks are for both. I know we're hearing about women walking away from children, but I think it's just as risky
100%.
for a woman to choose a particular man to get married to. Because honestly, you don't really know often what you're marrying into, whether you're marrying into a family of chaos and
You haven't done that research yet? Before you marry?
But you might not know until, sometimes you don't know. So, you apply for a job.
You should know.
No. What says?
You're gonna get married.
Definitely not. On a job description, it says something, whatever. You go through your probation period, it's fantastic. 3 months, and then you see the truth.
I do think, though, if somebody was going to be an abuser, if you are with them in a relationship for 10 years and then you get married, they're not going to just randomly start abusing you because you're married. I don't, that's not how it works. Like, if somebody is an abuser, there's a pattern of it.
That shows up quite early.
Yeah, and if you've been with them long enough and you've vetted them long enough, you'll either see those signs or, God forbid, you'd actually experience that yourself.
I think the most risk is always going to be for men if women are paid to leave. And that's how it's set up now. And you can see that with the results because more women leave. It's a 90% chance she leaves if you're college educated.
Divorce is a business. The richest women in America right now are divorcees. They're billionaires.
Okay.
Outside
Jeff
of both
Bezos,
Okay.
Bill Gates.
So what does that actually mean?
It's a business. So you
guys are statistic. So they're married to billionaires and the divorce.
Bezos didn't
It doesn't mean that.
Exactly.
It doesn't mean.
No, but it doesn't matter. But I'm saying for the
So
women.
you're saying she married him purely because of money?
No, but what I'm
and then
saying is,
divorced him at the right time
what
to
I'm saying
get
is,
paid?
women are incentivized to lead their man.
Okay, but that's
They're incentivized to lead their man.
My point was that divorce isn't only a money consequence. I was saying that when women get divorced, obviously there's a money aspect to it, but I was saying that there's also a mental, emotional consequence to it as well.
Yeah.
Nobody gets, anyone that does divorce, it's not the same.
True.
Afterwards.
You're right.
That's also a consequence where, and I don't think any woman or man is just getting married with the desire to get the
You're correct, but there's a difference between like emotional damage that's going to happen on both sides, but she is rewarded. Men are not.